What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me on my backup channel. Listen, I have some tea from Moniece. Y'all know I love me some good old Moniece Slaughter. That's my good old sis. And when she speaks on something, she speaks with high intelligence. Okay, she's a wordsmith. She literally speaks with the highest level of intelligence that I've seen come out of our community on this side of the internet, of Beyonce's internet, on this side of anyone. Okay, she just has it like that. Like, she's very highly intelligent. She recently spoke on Chrisean Rock. And of course, y'all know Chrisean has that little baby. The baby was rumored to have allegedly been suffering from fetal syndrome or fetal alcohol syndrome. And unfortunately, he has some serious problems. There's even alleged rumors going around that the baby is blind and that he has hearing issues. People have been saying an array of things just based on Chrisean's behavior while she was pregnant. You guys know she was drinking, she was smoking, she was fighting, turning up, going to the clubs, going out. She just couldn't stay in the house and stay at home. And I don't understand that at all. Let's like make it normal to have normal pregnancies, to have a normal 9 months without drinking, smoking, and all this other stuff when you are pregnant, even as a celebrity. Like, just because you are this so-called baddie and you did Blues Bad Girls and you was on Baddies with Natalie Nunn, that doesn't mean that when it's time to sit down, you don't need to sit down. You still need to have several seats, okay? And recently, y'all know Chrisean is on her godliness. She wants God. And I commend her for that. I really commend her for that, because she need him, okay? Because you need to find the Lord, okay? Seek and ye shall find, okay? And she's doing that. And I feel like she's on the right path. Do I feel like she's going to stay on the right path? I don't know. My feelings about it is that once Blueface comes home and he wants to turn up and be on some different stuff, she's going to be willing and ready to turn up with her man. Okay. Cause y'all know she recently broke up with that boy and she got back with Blueface. The fans are criticizing her. Oh goodness. She done messed around and got back with Blueface. This is not good. She's going to be right back on the wrong path. And unfortunately, they're not necessarily wrong. I kind of feel the same way. I feel like when Blueface comes home, she's going to be pressured into doing things. And Blueface has a way of really getting into her head and persuading her, manipulating her into doing things that he wants to do. Y'all know that they had come together on Zeus Network. Who's to say that opportunity is not still there for them? And while she's trying to find God, here comes Blueface. He wants to get right back to work on Zeus Network. And now they turning up and now they acting a fool again. And now she's got this rhetoric, these words and this verbiage that doesn't match the Christian that she's trying to be. So I'm just saying there are elements there that it's going to be there. And one thing that I'm disgusted at with Blueface is that he did not stop her from drinking and smoking when she was pregnant. I know a pregnant woman who I literally grew up in the neighborhood with this woman. She had the gangsterest of boyfriends, okay? And when he told her she could not smoke with his baby, she started doing it behind his back. He caught her. And when I tell you, that girl, the next time I saw her, she was like, I don't even want no cigarettes around me. This girl, literally, he checked her so hard that she knew that if she did something like that with this man's baby in her stomach, it was going to be a problem. I don't understand why Blueface, with all of the influence that he has over Chrisean Rock, did not stop her from using substances while she was pregnant. To me, it's disgusting. It's not okay. I am curious to see how Blueface is going to go about their relationship when he gets out. And if maybe he'll be persuaded by her to be the Christian that she wants him to be. We'll see. Right now, he's in prison. And when you're in prison, you have this humbling process. And you absolutely want to get closer to God. Absolutely. But when you come out, that's when the real test begins. And so I am curious to see how he's going to handle that test. With that being said, Moniece did call Chrisean Rock out. And Moniece said, you need to be worried about, you're chasing behind this boy on the internet, right? Come to find out that boy had a girlfriend already. While she was out hanging with this boy, and y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, hanging out with the guy and turning up and all that stuff. It's like, girl, go take care of that baby, because that baby is going to be in constant need of you because of his condition. You know what I'm saying? And Moniece was like, you need to be worried about taking care of your child, not being in the streets. That's the problem, is that you've been in the streets too much and you literally damaged your child with your behavior. Moniece spoke on it and she was not playing about it. And she is now speaking on Chrisean Rock's fans. The problem that she has with Chrisean Rock's fans is that they seem to be slightly delusional, according to Moniece. Okay. Moniece said not only are they slightly delusional, but they encourage Chrisean Rock's bad behavior, and she doesn't like it. They encourage and enable her to think that some of the things that she does is okay, and it's really, really not. Moniece doesn't like it at all. And she expressed that to me on this video, not directly to me. She was talking on her video, but she expressed that, and she's upset about it. She also spoke on some of the other baddies and why she's not on Zeus Network. Let me tell y'all something. I love Moniece. She is so raw and she just openly speaks her mind. And we need that type of truth out here. Somebody got to say it. And and I don't feel like she's wrong for being the one that says this stuff. What I was shocked about was when she brought up this storyline with Safari, Lyrica, and A1 that played out on Love and Hip Hop, and how that wasn't real. She says all of that in this video, and I want to show it to you. I am going to speed it up. So make sure you listen closely, because it is going to be sped up. She's going to sound a little bit cartoony and not quite like herself. But that's par for the course. I'll be right back.
Or no, someone says to Chrisean, don't jump out this plane. We have to get lower to the ground. I need to put your parachute on. And woo-doo-woo-doo. She jumps out the plane. Everyone is jumping out the plane behind her to save her, right? Now you have saved her life, but both your legs are broken. Okay, so now, next week, she wants to go scuba diving. And they say, you're not certified. You have to get a certification. You got to worry about bids, and you got to worry about this. And when you're coming back up, you have to tread water for five minutes, because if the oxygen rushes to your brain too fast, you could be brain dead. It leaves air bubbles and pockets inside the brain, blah, 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 blah. And she goes and dives off the coral reef with no oxygen tank. No flippers, no wetsuit, no nothing. And you guys are going to jump right in after her, but now you're all cut up and you have coral reef growing from the bones out of your shins. Okay, and then she's going to jump off the cliff into the jungle of conclusions. And you guys are going to get your hackers and whackers and follow her into this jungle. Now, you're bit up by a spider. This one over here got, slows by a snake. Now, there's no circulation to their legs, so they can't carry on the mission. Meanwhile, Chrisean is just full speed ahead into this jungle, doesn't give a damn. Y'all are all in there chasing after her. So my point is, every week, she's going to do something completely ridiculous, right? And you guys are going to defend it. And that's the part I don't understand. I understand that Chrisean has some serious fucking issues, right? And a lot of trauma. But I also understand that she's very manipulative. And I also understand that she sees the type of blind loyalty that you guys offer. And she plays on that. Right? And we all have issues. This is my point. We all have issues. We all have trauma. We don't all have the luxury of fucking up over and over and over and over and not ever being held accountable. This is the whole reason, and pretty hustle. This is what I'm saying. Go to bat, right, for people. First of all, you don't know any of us in real life, right? But it's in the way that people carry themselves. It should be abundantly clear listening to me speak when I am on live, which is not often anymore. Just what I post on the internet, the way I post, as quiet as I've been, it should be obvious, right? Like, okay, Moniece got it together. Took her some time, but she got it together. I spent more time on television and in the public eye than Chrisean and Summer combined. And so I got beat down for a whole. I still get beat down. I haven't been on TV. I was on TV for almost 7 years. I haven't been on TV for 6 years now, officially. I have been beat down for the past 12 years. No one made excuses for me. No one came to my aid. And those of you that did defend me, right? At least you don't have egg on your face. Your defense wasn't for nothing, right? No, I love a person that is authentically themselves. And again, this is a deeper conversation, but like, there's a fine line. And I think also what we need to start doing more as a community and as a people is, again, multiple things can be true at once. Chrisean could look like a Whoville character. Chrisean could she might actually be a good mom, right? Maybe behind closed doors, she does acknowledge what's going on with her son. Maybe knowing that she damaged him like that does eat her up. You know, we don't know. And everyone does deserve grace, but not everybody deserves mercy. There's a difference. Who doesn't know how to hold a conversation? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Oh, because I was like, wait, what's getting on my nerves? Your opinions don't get on my nerves. Okay, so Pretty Hustle and everyone. Yes, all kids should be off limits. I agree. 100%. So like I was saying, I think what we need to do better as a community, right, lives for engagement. So I think what we need to do better at as a community is it's multiple things, right? One, giving people grace, not always showing people mercy. Two, acknowledging that multiple things can be true at one time. Three, asking questions, because in order to get the full scope of what someone is wanting you to understand, you have to ask questions. And I'll give you an example. The twins, Bree and Shay, right? I don't know where they came from or who made them internet famous or what, but I support their little movement, right? I love when they get together with Jonathan. I love that she pinched Ariana Grande. Like, I just love it, right? Live for it. And their mom was talking about how Bree had a seizure yesterday. And I was like, wait, what is she saying? I could not for the life of me make out what she was trying to say. I heard the law enforcement, the sink, the hair, and then Bree yelled out and she had a seizure and Bree, I was trying to understand it and I couldn't. And I said in the comments, what did she say? And everybody was like, oh, this is not the time. You're trying to be funny. No, I really want to understand what is going on here. And I can't, because I cannot make out what their mom is saying. She sounds like she's talking gibberish. I don't get it. I heard sink, hair. No, I heard sink, hair, law enforcement. And then I heard the seizure story. But I'm trying to figure out what was said before that so that I have a full understanding, right? And they jumped on me. And so I'm like, you're right, Mo, but it's people watching that have just as many flaws we don't see because they're not on TV that judge these people. Meanwhile, they're scratching and sniffing. I'm crying. Again, separate issue. Let's land this plane. This plane is about the fact that there's just not enough accountability in the Black community. And that frustrates me because I feel that Black people are extremely hypocritical. We pick and we choose. I'm an equal opportunist. Anybody could get it. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. And that's the thing. This is really what it boils down to. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. There is no but. Bro, you're tripping right now. My bad. Let me get it together. It's really that fucking simple. If you've hurt somebody and that was not your intention, Why is it so hard to just say, dang, that's not even my intention. That's not how I meant to make you feel. I'm so sorry. I think we also need to get out of this habit of the semantics, the who, the what, the when, the why, the where, the how. It doesn't matter. We're here now. This is what's going on right now. So let's not focus on all of the outside things. Let's focus on the matter at hand. And we don't have to cuss. We don't have to yell. We don't have to scream. We don't have to disrespect each other. It's literally just, you know what? I might not agree, and that's also an option. We can agree to disagree, and we don't have to fall out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be a thing. Like, Pretty Hustle and I have been having a conversation with each other. I'm not ignoring her comments. She's listening and she's responding, and I'm doing the same. And other people are chiming in, right? I'm yelling, fuck that. Stop, you guys. We're trying to be mature this morning, and he's happy. Y'all coming in here with the foolery. But yeah, it's also okay to agree to disagree without it being a thing. And this is why, this mentality of mine is why I couldn't do a show like Baddies, right? Because I'm going to sit there like a lump on a log. Because you're doing this for camera time and entertainment, but this is not entertaining to me. And these things can get very real very quickly. And so if I know that, and if I know what I'm capable of, I have to ask myself, is the check really worth it? Grown people can have conversations and have differences of opinions and have no issues with each other. I agree. In small change, I'd be under the jail. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you know, it's so crazy because everybody knows just what to say. I don't play about my son. And they know this. And so that's always the go-to. And that's what's going to make me go upside your temple and permanently damage you. Right? And that's what's going to make me karate chop you in that pressure point in the back of your neck and paralyze you. And now I'm in jail. Real jail. Okay, getting beat up every day. I'm not getting beat up. I just did We Play Spades with Nick Cannon and Courtney. And Nick, they have a question. And they asked, when was the last time you got your ass beat? And I really had to sit there and think about it. I was like, by a bitch? Actually, never. I've never been beat up by a girl. Never. By my mom, I was like 16. I was on the phone talking shit about her to my biological dad. And I had a green see-through cordless VTech. A green see-through VTech cordless phone. And I was standing in the front yard and she came out. That phone had long range, boy. She came out and she punched me in the ear with the phone to my ear, and the phone exploded. She will tell you to this day that she slapped me. But I'm like, no, you punched me. The slap would not have imploded the phone like that. And that's another problem. That's another problem. Black parents are too abusive. And they don't think that is abusive. It's abusive. While the Bible does say honor, yes, the ear, my head was ringing, bro. Like, while the Bible does say honor thy mother and thy father and thy days shall be long, it also says do not provoke a child to anger. Meaning just because you're this child's parent doesn't mean you could be a bully. Now, Tommy is another thing. Tommy is just utterly ridiculous on all fucking levels. I don't understand it. A couple times that I hung out with Tommy, she was so cool, calm, collected, and sweet. I just, like, what is this? I'm not bringing a pellet gun, though. I'll really pew-pew you. And that's the other thing. There's some people you can't play with. Lenny knows that you can't play with me a certain way. And Natalie knows you can't play with me a certain way. And Daryl knows you can't play with me a certain way. So it's like, shit could get real street real quick. Yeah, but see, that's the other thing, Pretty Hustle. I don't have it's all for TV energy. People used to do that on Love and Hip Hop, and that's what made it seem fake. They used to get together and they used to conjure up storylines, like the whole Safari slept with with Lyrica, and the baby might not be his. That was a whole plot. But yet we were all invested, and I really thought it was a real thing. So now you got me on my side, they're bringing it to me, and it becomes, but it's like a whole time, the reason everybody's like, yo, chill, like you're doing the most is because I'm left out the loop. What I'm not knowing in the moment is, this is fake. But what you have at the core of that, though, right, is an actually really for real pregnant woman. Like Lyrica was really pregnant. That's a life. And now this storyline has grown legs and it's out of your control in ways that you didn't think it would go. And now it's become the talk of the season. And of course they're gonna loop everyone in, and now we have a pregnant woman who's actually stressed out. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have this whole, oh, as long as once the cameras go down, we know what it is. No, I don't want to know what it is, because I'm going to tell you why I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know what it is because that behavior has left a lasting impression. And the work that I have had to do to shake that, because that's not how I was raised, that's not who I am, like naturally on my own. I wasn't just, I was whooping ass, but not just randomly whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on. You were the realest. Thank you. I never faked a storyline. So I don't have that whole, like, let's just turn up for TV, and that's why I said Diamond confuses me. Because I watched Diamond go from a boss bitch, like, during the pandemic, Diamond booked me to host a strip club. She had her own strip, like, and then from there, I saw her doing her music thing. I would repost it, share it, whatever. Then from there, she would troll on the internet. She would do, like, I don't know if she's paying the blogs, but, like, she would end up on the blogs, like, doing things like stuffing her mouth at a table, and the caption would be like, what would you do if you see your girl, eat like this? And then she went to begging to be on Baddies. I watched her do it on the internet. And you get on Baddies, and you let Taseki beat the tooth out your face. Like, what? It's too much. So I unfollowed her after that. I was like, I cannot. And I love Diamond in real life. Like, so I'm confused by Diamond. And I don't like things that confuse me. Because you know why confusion frustrates me? Because I know I'm smart. I know I'm articulate. And I know I have amazing comprehension skills. So I have a very vast vocabulary, syntax, diction. It's all top tier, right? We all know that. I'm witty. I'm a wordsmith, the whole nine, right? So anything that confuses me makes me mad, because then I feel stupid. And Diamond makes me feel stupid because I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, I could understand it if, like, the clip I just saw of her, I don't know if that's Brazil, I don't know if that's Africa, and Natalie was like, the clout chasing stops, and she's like, you apologize to me, and Diamond's like, yeah, I'm an apologizing asshole. And I'm like, wait, what? So did you just apologize to stay on the show? I don't watch the show. I watch the clips. And now I'm getting more and more confused. Diamond was bullying everyone, but it doesn't look like Diamond can fight. So why would you be a bully if you're just gonna get beat up? Oh Lord, yeah. Seki beat that tooth right out her face. Rolly I like Rolly in real life. I don't know Rolly on the show, so, like, in other words, what I know of Rolly is, like, her body transformation. She's a mom. And she's best friends with Natalie, right? Rolly's a bully. Rolly seems so sweet. Oh, Diamond was on Now That's TV? Oh. Yeah, but you're not going to beat my teeth out my face for camera time. I'm sorry. First of all, I'm not fighting Taseki ever unless I smoke 12 pounds of crack. And I don't know how you ingest PCP, but please, PCP me. It's the only way. There's no other way you could fight Taseki. You must be completely... You have to be completely high. There's no way you can fight Taseki and be sober on any level and even up close. Like, you have to become a crackhead just for that fight. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're gonna have to do any and everything. Stop and think before you do it. You know what I mean? It's like, I gotta get into a crackhead mentality. The only way to do that is to become a crackhead real quick, just for that fight. I gotta smoke some crack. I gotta do some PCBD before I fight Taseki, because let me tell you what. I might have to grab this here pipe. I might have to get quick. I might have to think quick on my feet. Literally, I might have to escape. I might have to tuck and roll. And I don't need to feel any of this in the moment either. Right? Like, when I'm on the pavement and I'm tucking and rolling, I love Taseki, but no one can fight her unless they are fully high. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't win and it's gonna hurt. And when she's beating the shit out of you, I mean, at some point you're gonna want to fight back, right? But it's like, okay, for instance, I always tell people this, like a fight, I might lose a fight. I don't want to, and that's too risky, right? But a quarrel, fully hot, a quarrel or a tussle, right? I can win that. Let me tell you why. That's like fencing or jousting. Okay, I have thought ahead of time about anything you could throw my way and how you might throw it. Therefore, I'm prepared for any situation. A fight is random. And I might lose the fight, right? I need a quarrel or I need a tussle. I need to plan it, you know? But if you keep fighting, you'll eventually get strong enough to beat her. Y'all shut up before Taseki come here verbally beating our asses, just fucking us up. Like I'm saying, you gotta wear a helmet to fight to say yes. You have to be fully fucked up and high, for sure, right? Because like I said, I might have to tuck and roll. I might have to grab the trash can. I might have to take my shoe off. Like if I roll an ankle, and so like in a fight, you don't have time to stop and think. Is what I'm saying. So a person who is naturally like their natural inclination in everything they do is to what's the word? Lean on their logic, right? They're going to lose a fight because they're overthinking. And you don't have time in a fight to think. The only thing you have time to do in a fight is react. Now, what that reaction is going to be, that depends on, I guess, shit, how the fight is going. But fighting Taseki is just stupid. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you... Shy Love 92. Because I'm in the bed, babe, and it's 7 o'clock, and the blackout drapes are down, and I am. Shy Teddy, don't start. Thank you, Shy. You too. Mouth guard might be a bad idea, honestly. You're probably better off letting your teeth chatter together. I just feel like having the mouth guard in would probably make your mouth injuries a lot worse.
Okay, so y'all see how my good girlfriend Moniece is giving it up on this internet. Honey, she said she can't go on no Zeus network because they not finna play with her. And she don't do fake storylines, okay? I know that's right, Moniece. I am so not mad at you about it. I was shocked to hear her say that A1 Safari and Lyrica made up that whole thing just for Love and Hip Hop and that she was the only one on the cast that didn't know it was made up. That is so crazy. Maybe they felt like she wasn't trustworthy enough to spill the tea to until she watched it back. But she said she was genuinely upset because now this pregnant woman is stressed out. And the thing about it is, she's really stressed out in real life now because she didn't expect for Love and Hip Hop to pick that up and that to be the cruxes of the season. Whatever the case, A1 Bentley just had a baby by another woman who ended up having a miscarriage. And now he is grieving his new child. And I feel so bad for A1. I do kind of want to see them back on Love and Hip Hop and what they're doing today. What I don't want to see is Lyrica's mother. I think I can do with A1 and his new woman and maybe leave Lyrica out. Or maybe she could be a friend of the show. But I definitely need Moniece to come back. After Apple Watts got into this car accident, we definitely need to see her. They need to be following her and her journey around, with her surgeries and her going to the doctor and learning how to walk. We need to be updated and see those things. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Did y'all recently see how Mona Scott had to apologize to the public and to her cast? Honey, the whole cast got up and walked out on Mona saying that they couldn't deal with it no more. They didn't want to do the show anymore. Rashida, Kurt, Moniece, Yandy, Young Jock, and Kendra Robinson all got up and walked off the stage walking away from Mona Scott and telling her that this is not worth it. What we're getting paid on this show is not worth the mental health issues and the criticisms that they have to face on a daily. And that's why these people are so strong, because they have dealt with situations that probably you and I are not going to be able to deal with. But I would like to see more of the old cast come back. I think she got rid of certain people that it would be great to see them. Maybe bring Stevie J and Mimi back. Like, why would you get rid of the two people that really made the show pop? Bring Benzino back so we can see Coyle Ray and her baby and what's going on. You know, I don't feel like Mona is doing enough. I just don't. She's doing too much and not enough at the same time. But bring my good girlfriend Moniece Slaughter on back. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Can't wait to discuss it with you, and I'll see you on the next video.